I'm back. So, back with the Isle. It's a dinosaur game. Let me go ahead and the pull it up here on the store page of Steam. So, what it is experience the fierce open world survival gameplay as you attempt to stay alive on an unforgiving island inhabited by dinosaurs. Hunt, grow, and survive. So this game gets very positive reviews. I mean, you're literally talking about an average of about 85%. This game came out December 1st, 2015. The developers and publishers both are Afterthought LLC. Honestly, I've played this game a lot. I have a server of my own for it. It is a blast. It's a very fun game. So you get to pick from a pretty good variety of dinosaurs and get to play that way. So it's not too bad, but it's an MMO, online PvP. It says it's partially controller supported, but I've never validated that. I play on the mouse and keyboard for it, so yeah. But with this game, I play it a lot. So if you were to look in my library, I've got almost 313 hours on it. So I've played quite a bit, but I'm going to run through anyways, just show somebody for the first time like what it would be like to start the game, picking your dino, and so on and so forth, the growth and, whatnot. I want you guys to, if you've never played this game, to have an opportunity to say like, hey, this is would be a great game to play or whatever, that way you have a good time, you see how it all is and stuff. So, when you get to the menu, you would launch the game, it's going to come to this menu. For people that don't know, what I highly recommend if you play on servers that you might get a dinosaur, or a lot of people have rules. So, certain servers is like you can't kill a juvie if it's on the beach. As long as you haven't left the sandy part of the beach, you can't be killed. Some people, there's things called body protection. If they're on a body like gore or a player body, not AI, but a player body, then you would have to call them off of it. You can't attack them. So, there's so many rules. You have to just go through the rules section. Some of them have these long essays, big old pages of them. But read the rules on whatever server you're playing on, so that way you understand the rules. And this is what I highly suggest, because if you ever need to have your dinosaur replaced, regrown, whatnot, if you feel somebody rule broke and you're entitled to get it back, then you want to make sure you have proof to show their admins on their Discord. So you would go to settings and see, I run everything on Epic, all this stuff. So you go to gameplay, you want to make sure you have this recording indicator checkmarked and auto recording checkmarked. Okay, so when you play, what it's going to do is it's going to, in here in replays, it's going to list them in here. Now you click it and then you have to click play. Okay, and then you can zoom around the whole map in like a drone mode, figure out where you were on the map, and boom, it'll show you exactly, play by play what happened during that entire recording. So like these ones, it tells you the size, the length of it in seconds, the date, and the timestamp. So it puts them all out of order. I don't order these like this. It just places them like this. So you have to kind of just look. But you could rename them. You could click this one, hit rename, name it. Oh, well. It used to let you rename them, but I guess it doesn't let you now. But either way, that's fine. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so this is a good chance. When you first start, so let's say you've never played a game yet, but you want to maybe get familiar with the map or see spots maybe you'd like to travel to, there's going to be a demo, a video on here, like just it's like demo 1 or something. Like for you, it should be like demo 1, I think, if I'm correct. you can click that one, hit play, and drive, you know, fly around on the map in drone mode, and you can scope out the whole map to get a kind of a better idea of where things are and stuff. So when you're in the game, if you don't use a third-party app like Map or third-party website for a map, then you kind of get a better idea of like the game itself. So this is something to definitely do. So like I said, settings, gameplay, recording, auto recording, have those check marked, apply it, go back. When you're done playing and you leave the game, if you go to replays, you should have one of these pop up here. Sometimes it doesn't work. Very rarely does it not work for me. Generally, if I come in and I die pretty quickly, like within a few minutes, sometimes it doesn't have a chance to like have actually like filmed the video. But just play with it, see it, you know. But yeah, so you hit play, and then we're gonna go ahead and just pick a random server, something that I haven't been on. So what you do is, let's say you have a server name you want to go in. So I'll go ahead and give a shout out to certain servers. So if you ever wanted to look up, you know, New Beginnings, you can type in, oops, I think I typed too much. My key is really sensitive, my keyboard is. I keep adjusting the sensitivity and like recalibrating it or whatnot, but it just keeps double typing letters sometimes. So you hit New Beginnings, you would hit enter, then refresh. Give it a second, and then it'll pop up a list of their servers. So as long as you type this correct, you know, what it is correctly, then it should pop up. So look, right here, you got New Beginnings. I play on this one a lot. I play on High AI. This is their #1. This one has #2 written in it, but this is #1. So #1, play this, it's survival. It's on the Isle V3 map. That's probably the largest map, a really nice one. Thenya, so Thenya Island is a nice map, but it's very small, very, very small. So Sandbox right here is basically, it's just like a small little map that's on like a grid generally. It's kind of like an obstacle course. It's mainly just for you to go in there and just practice fighting with different dinosaur types, because you could select any of them. You just practice fighting, you know, stuff like that. That's usually what they are generally. A lot of times these sandbox ones, the sandbox game mode is going to be like only like 10 slots, maybe like 50 slots. You know, it's not usually a lot because it's just for people to practice in. So, so yeah, so I mean, what we could do is they have, this is one that I like to go to for like sandbox styles. So get this loaded up really quick, and then we'll show you what's up. Boom. Alright. Okay, hold on. Pretty sure I spelled that right. Oh, you know what? They could have taken it down. Oh yeah, and you can select these too if you want to hide outdated ones, hide full servers, hide empty ones, hide the, you know, this modded, whatever. You can do that as well. Let's see. A friend of mine told me about this one that I played with and was like, hey, this is a great one to practice on. I'm like, alright, cool, you know, I'll try it out or whatever. See if I just type in Jesus, maybe it'll come up. So if it's still active, you know, you gotta think people have to pay for these servers if nobody's using them. And it's just kind of a waste of, you know, like $14 and, you know, all the way up into the hundreds of dollars. So it gets in there. Alright, so yeah, so that one's, yeah, they don't have it anymore. But okay, so New Beginnings is a good one to go to. Some of the sandbox ones are like on a, people customize them slightly, but basically they have different terrain in there for you to know, like, you know, let's see. Yeah, so remember, type it, enter, hit refresh, and then it'll pop up. But so they allow you to test out the different sound effects of the different terrain in there. What eating gore sounds like, you know, just different stuff. So basically, it gives you like every aspect of what it is. So we'll go ahead and come into this one really quick. So this is a sandbox one. This should be the same thing, but like I said, some people kind of like have altered theirs slightly, so it's not always the same. It's a little different. The sandbox can even be on a normal map. So there's that. So they got new beginnings. You could go to like Dino World, which is another one that I like. It's not a bad server. So hit that, hit refresh. So it takes a second, but yeah, they got Dino World. So this is probably more like what it is. But yeah, see the map, Thenya Island. That's going to be Thenya Island Sandbox. Isle V3 is like their largest map. This is all pretty much like the older games, so a lot of people refer to it as Legacy, like the Legacy one. So the newer one the Isle's working on right now is, you know, they're making a newer one called Inverma. Or Invrima, you know, people have different ways of saying it, but the newer one is that, so you can also play that. They're still obviously in the works with it, but that's going to have a lot more features like Beasts of Bermuda, if you've ever played that, but it's going to be, you know, obviously the Isle has more of a realistic graphic level, like it looks more real than anything, so, you know, but you know, we'll get to Beasts of Bermuda another time. I play that a lot as well. So, but yeah, so you have this. This is on Thenya Island. So New Beginnings, Dino World, Noobs is a really good one. It just depends. You know, they can be very strict, but just read the rules on any of these servers that you choose to go to. But Noobs is definitely a very highly populated one, so you could go there and you could have a good time. Just make sure you always go to their discords, read the rules, join Discord, and do it, or you'll like basically could just be banned and never have a chance to play again. So they're all survival, but they have, you know, servers 1, 2, 3. They have a deathmatch, event server, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, they got a pretty good little selection. They got pretty good slot count too. So 150s, 150s. 3 is a lot more of a dead server, but it's still a good one. It's just on Thenya Island. It's a small map. Isle V3 is the big one. That's 1 and 2. A lot of people just play those. So I already have stuff on these ones, but we can see this one, the DV test level. That's going to be the sandbox, so we can click that one really quick. I just want to show you what this map looks like. But this is where, you know, like it's a test map. So this gives you an option to test out any dino basically in the game and all growth stages for the most part. So, you know, you got to read their little stuff here. And you can scroll through with the mouse wheel. You know, welcome to Noobs. Tells you 30-day ban. You know, they're, like I said, all this stuff. So you can come through, you can click any of these herbivores, scroll through the whole list, and it gives you different things, you know, like you can be a Triceratops hatchling, juvie, subadult, or you could be an adult. So you could be like, hey, I want to be the adult, I want to be, you know, hatchling, juvie, or subadult, you know, stuff like that. Be a para hatchling, you know, adult. You know, you could be Maya. You know, I mean, you can be like anything, you know, all kinds of stuff on here. So, you know, Dryo, you know, a dibble. People call these dibbles, this little Diablo, but this is a dibble. Dibbles are pretty nice. They're not bad. You can be a Kama if you want to be a Kama. So, you know, stuff like that. Alright, if you choose to be a carnivore, see, this stuff was taken out. It, I guess, used to be in the game, but no longer. You can come in here and you can be an Acro, you can be Alberto, Aloe, you know, Aloe, like that. You can be an Ostro, you know, stuff like that. Baryonyx, Carno. You can be a Serato. Let's see. So those are all Serato's, Hatchling, you know, whatever. You can be a Dilo. You can be a Giga. You can end up being like a Hera. You can be a Spino. Be a Suko. Be a T-Rex. You can be Utah. And so this is a Utah Raptor. This is a Velociraptor. So Velociraptor, Utah Raptor, big difference. But this is basically what you see in like Jurassic Park, like a Utah Raptor. They say Velociraptors, but this is the style Raptor it actually is. And then you could choose male, female, whatever, you know, and then confirm. What I'm gonna do just for the hell of it, it'd be funny because these not Mayas, the what was it? The Camas are kind of funny. They're like basically a juvie version of a long neck. But yeah, so let's see. So you can be, you know, Anki, Ava. These are AIs. A lot of people play the AIs, the Avas. So the Dryo, Galley. I'll go ahead and just show you guys all these ones. Just showing you the adults. So Oro, that's another. These are really small. That's another AI. You can be the Packy. Obviously Para. This is considered a taco. They call it a taco because it's got the word taco in it. So this is a taco. It's a little ass thing. There's a Shant. This thing can stomp the hell out of a Rex and stuff like that. They're pretty big. BA. Be a Stego. Here's a Theory. Normal actual Triceratops. I'm just going through these really quick because, yeah, so they don't have the long neck in here. A lot of times you have access to the long neck, but I don't see it in here. They have the Kama. A lot of times people will spawn in as the long neck one on here, and they'll literally just sit there just spawn camping, killing people. So, but yeah, so you can be this bad boy. I always pick female because if you're ever a female, like in the actual game, you can nest. You can nest babies in, so you can have hatchlings, so you can nest other players in. Putting a nest down, there tends to be a lot of nest rules, meaning that you can't like kill somebody on a nest or kill their babies on the nest. You have to like call them off the nest. So you kind of have like nest protection a lot of times. So it's kind of nice to have a nest. Also, it helps to generate AI. So if there's a nest with like 25 food in it, it's likely to say, hey, we need food. We have things that need to eat around here, and spawn stuff in. So not too bad. But yeah, so then you just hit confirm. And then you load in right away. And you got like your one call. Then you have like two calls. You got three calls. Then you have a 4 call. So not too shabby. things are pretty badass, so. These things are freaking awesome. Left click's like your power attack. And the right click's like your other one. Trample damage with these. It's freaking awesome. It's cool. These things have like a crazy amount of stamina. If you hit N, it's night vision. These guys do trample damage, so if you're able to get it. And then they killed me. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how how that worked. I mean, I could be a carnivore. Let's see. So like if stuff has stats, you can hit the question marks on here. It'll give you a general idea of their diet, bite force, weight, speed, and kind of size comparison. But not all of them do, so you know, you just gotta bear with it. So the Rex obviously is pretty sick, so, you know. He's not the best, though. Other things can easily take him out. So we'll just go red. Pick all dark colors. Pattern variation, just do large, save. Confirm. listen for the sounds. So if you hit control, it gets you in like a prone, like ambush, and then you get the arrows set up on here. You can enter, type in local, group, or global. You enter to exit it again. Some people in the game, my bad. Some people in the game use, you know, they'll use other ways of viewing, you know, like they call it gamma and stuff, or just brightness, contrast type stuff. But it just depends what people are into. You know, that is a form of cheating on some. Cheating on some means. So funny. So Z-Walk allows you to turn easier. Oh, they left. So funny. That'd be like battle logging, like if you're engaging and somebody just logs, which can happen. So like I said, you just gotta make sure you read the server rules, no matter what server you're playing on. But this isn't the Isle, this is just the practice one. I was trying to find one that was a little emptier. You know, so I was just trying to show you, but like, so like you got the sounds of this. So you have water sounds. So right now it's dark, so then like right here you have footstep sounds. Different terrain, like if you're hit like on the normal one, you can access like the menu, like your character menu, and you can see stuff. Oh, it's a 20% damage it does to you. Rexes don't regen no stam, so you have to lay down to get stamina back on them. So tedious. Aloe, and then a Karna. Then you got a Galley, that's a Galley, the one that you just killed. Oh, I need training on a Spoon, so Spoon is just a spy now. And then if you ever want to lay down or whatever, you just take and you just hit H. And you'll help stop your bleed. So as soon as you're bleeding, as soon as you get a chance, you want to hit H to lay down and stop the bleeding. And then so funny. All these like little mid tiers and low tiers all keep trying to get me. It's funny. I'm still rusty, but I played. I mained the Rex, so. So this is probably like second, maybe third screen bleed around the whole edges. First screen will just be like a little bit in the corners, and it's like second screen's like a little bit on the tops and stuff, and it's like third's like the sides, and then fourth's like super red. So yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. But yeah, so this right here is like playing on one of these test servers. I would talk a little bit more. There's just not as much to talk about on here on this one. And then for 2, the biggest aspect of this game is making sure you have a good headset, because you have to hear the surroundings to know what direction something is, what is it, what calls are they making, you know, so you know if they're like, one call is like, hey, I'm here, you're looking for other kind of the same species, whatever, you're just letting them know who's calling. 2 call is always a friendly call on here. 3 calls, hey, I want to fight, or I'm calling you off a body, or, you know, whatever it is. And then 4 calls like, hey, I'm surrendering, I give up. Those calls don't always mean that people are going to abide by them, so it just depends on the server rules. So you just have to look and see what they are or whatever. So I got my stand back. Hit control to crouch. You can zoom in. You can zoom in with the mouse wheel if you want, or you can zoom out with the mouse wheel. So yeah. And if you crouch, they don't see your name tags, so but you can go left and right. You can hold. You can do like, you know, like go backwards and see like this too. But yeah, your blood screen will go away once the blood icon right above the hunger. So you have your stamina. When you're crouched, you get a little blue. You'll get like the blue arrows. Those mean your ambush is ready. So when you take off, it's your fastest burst speed, but it doesn't last long. Different species last longer than others. You have your stomach for your food. So your hunger, and then you have water drop for your, you know, like how much water you need. Basically, you gotta drink from rivers, and food-wise, just pretty much eating anything that walks. I died. It's kind of weird because that thing shouldn't have probably killed me, but it depends on how much bleeding I was already doing. So give me a second real quick. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll log out of that one so you guys seen how the like experimental, like just that's where you can go practice doing the fighting and stuff. So let's just go ahead and we will just refresh it and do a rando server. So yeah, so they have like New Beginnings, Dino World, Hunting Grounds, they have Noobs, you know, like if do Hunting Grounds, refresh this one, and see how this one looks. So they have like this one right here you can do. But yeah, so I'll just show you how it is like when you spawn in really quick. That way. So we'll just click that one. You can just double click or you can hit confirm, don't matter, but you can just double click. I don't think I have a dino on this one, but hopefully not. It's been a while. So yeah, so you'd read your thing, then let's see, Herbie. These are like the selections you'll get. It's nighttime on the server, so you're not gonna see it very bright here. So you could like, hey, what do I want to be? You know, whatever. And then if you're a Herbie, you know, you just gotta look for bushes and eat them, and water. If you're a carnivore, then you know you gotta look for basically players and AI. You gotta go catch them. So you can be like an Aloe, Carno, Dilo, you know, whatever. Carnos are cool because they are a little faster to grow, but you can't really nest with them. It's very difficult to get them nested. So I always pick a female just in case. So confirm, you know, large. I usually try to go dark as I can with these guys because you don't want to be the, you know, glowing light sticking out. So you hit confirm. So then you would come in. Go ahead. Gotta let myself load up here. There you go. Now it's all rendered. So then you hold Q down. You hold it down while you're walking or standing until the little, like, watch. If it's raining, Q doesn't work. This is how you smell things, and it's like your scent. So you hold it. Sometimes the first time doesn't always work, so you just gotta keep trying. So you just hold it. It takes a little while. Some are faster than others. Some are slower. So if there's a water source nearby, it'll show you. You know, obviously shift is a sprint, and you know, WASD to run around. So when you spawn in, you just basically are looking to try to figure out where stuff is. So sometimes, like I said, the scent can be a little buggy. You just gotta keep doing it. So there you go. So you hold it until that pops up. Alright, so if there's like water nearby, it'll highlight it. Food, you'll see like highlighted red. And then, yeah, see that little body of water out there? Yeah, it's telling me that's like the closest water source around me. So, just got to run in that direction. And like I said, if it's raining, you won't be able to sniff. So, I usually just keep doing it and make sure I keep it highlighted ahead of me. And like I said, right now it's nighttime, so I don't know what it is, but every time I come into games, it always ends up being night. So yeah, so you just run there. Carno has like really good stam. I mean, this thing can run for like ever. It's like cross map, like very easily. So while we're at it, let me lay down here. You hit I. I mean, oh no, my bad. You hit insert. It'll bring up your character screen, but if you don't have a keyboard that has insert, you can hit escape and click character either way, okay? So you hit I, or I mean insert, you'll bring up character here. This will tell you your stam, this is your food, your water, if you have broken bone and how long and how bad. The blood, like how bad you're bleeding, tells you your bite force, speed, your weight, what you are, what gender you are, age, maturity, if you've gestated an egg, how healthy you are. Right here, this tells you if you have a nest location. It's supposed to tell you here. If where your location is on the map, it'll tell you here. This tells you the server time. So right now it's 3:50, basically 4 a.m. About 6 a.m. it gets daylight. So this shows you a chart. So if you hatched in, you'd be like this. If you spawn in as a juvie, you'll be this. So you would grow in a nest from the hatchling to the juvie. Then you'd be subadult and adult, but Carnos skip subadult, and some others do the same. Not all of them, but only a couple of them do. So you're going to literally go from a juvie to an adult on here. And it just shows you an idea of like what they say the size comparison would be. All this used to have something to do with, I guess they had some kind of like morph versions of the dinos that you could have, and that had something to do with it. But something with group, people think by check marking group, it does something. You have to click the word group, and it'll tell you if you're in a group. Character, group, character, group, okay? Then you just hit insert to go back out. When it's time to grow, so if you hit insert, and this right here says 100%, when you hit escape, you'll see this growth will say the total number here, 1.0 or whatever it's at. It'll say 1.0. Then that'll go away, and all it'll be is highlighted like this with the word growth. So when you can grow, you hit that. I highly recommend you make sure you eat and fill up before you go. So H is lay down, get back up, left control, tapping it is your crouch. Some species are faster than others. This is a very slow species. So yeah, so I mean there's that. When you walk up to something to eat, it's E. You just hold E down. So let's go ahead and hurry up and get here. You can get caught on trees and rocks and everything, so you don't just go through everything. Like just be able to run just through anything. So some stuff you're gonna get stuck on. It's like if I was to hit this tree, you know, you gotta like just maneuver around it. I feel like this one I'm looking at, it's like a sinkhole maybe, I don't know. But I'll get you guys here to show you guys kind of like how you eat and drink, and then that way I'll basically just probably end the video there. Maybe one day we'll pick a dino and we'll go through the whole growth cycle on it. And then look, when you're in night vision and stuff and smelling, you can see my tracks and you can see which way my footprint are going. So you can track other dinos as well. If they log, all the tracks disappear. If they die, the tracks disappear. So I'm just listening around. So you gotta listen for AI. So Ava sound like a little elephant trunk sound. Oh, Dilo got me. died. Well, I guess I'll end it there. Either way, you walk up to a body of water and you're gonna basically hold E to drink. You're just gonna hold it until you're like completely full. So when you see your little the little water drop fill all the way up, drink about like 3 or 4 more times. It'll go to 100%. If you don't, you'll be at like 90s. And then eating's the same thing. Eating, you just eat. You'll eat automatically stop when you're full. So you just keep eating. If you are a certain growth, you can eat gore. Some you can eat, you know, you have to eat the actual dino itself, depending on your size. So the larger you are, the bigger the stuff you have to eat. So like when you're like a full adult, you usually can't eat gore unless it's apex gore, which is like a large dinosaur's gore. That's the only time you can eat it. So basically, when you're like a juvie or sub-adult, you generally can just about eat gore of any kind for the most part. But generally, when you're an adult, just can't eat gore no more. So you have to see. But like I said, some of the smaller species can still eat stuff. So just take that in mind or whatnot. But yeah, so that's the Isle. Like I said, one of these days maybe we'll pick a Herbie, play a Herbie for a little bit, carnivore, play a carnivore for a little bit. You kind of have to get used to dying because until you get the hang of it, especially practicing, learning how to fight is a good thing. But yeah, you're gonna go through a lot of juveniles, so you're gonna literally just play a bunch of juvies, you know, like juvenile dinosaurs, and you're just going to be killed off. I mean, you're a food source till you grow up, and then when you grow up, you're like able to fight. But then again, larger packs would want to get you because you're going to feed them better than smaller stuff. So definitely packing up with people, and you know, like with other dinosaur groups. Some people allow mixed packing, so like all carnivores, like a variety of carnivores can mix pack with only a certain amount of apex, like adults. Um, And then herbivores, same thing, but then others, it's same species with same species, so you can only be with the same types of species that you are. So it just depends. So just like I said, always check their Discord, check out the rules, read the rules on the server, stuff like that to know it. You don't want to be banned from one that you might have been able to have a good time on, and you're just not able to play on there no more. So, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Nels Infinity here, where life never ends. I appreciate you guys' support. Like I said, I'm very close to the 50 followers. I would love to be able to hit that so I could get affiliate. If you guys want to see more videos, let me know. I'm going to try to do a lot of like first playthroughs on stuff. Just get a variety, see what people are enjoying and liking. But I do play the Isle a lot. Beasts of Bermuda, Scum, 7 Days to Die. Those are like my big ones. I play a little bit of other stuff. I have quite a bit of games, so just you know, if you guys ever want to see something specific, let me know. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Take care. Peace. I will see you guys on the next one.